Frank Lobash loved his childhood home, where he lived for over 60 years, until the death of his parents and hard times forced him to leave.
If I'd had work, I could still have the house, but I couldn't find work even. So, when they sent the foreclosures, the sheriff, Camber County Sheriff, came right up in the yard and handed them to me. He said, "You have to be out within a month."
No longer being able to stay, Frank couldn't help but reminisce.
And at Christmas time, we'd decorate. Oh man, the house was decorated like it was up on the hill, because I'd string the lights outside and that, and the kids would come up, and I'll tell you, it makes me think. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, that goes away.
Homeless and needing a place to stay, Frank made his way to the Salvation Army.
I had 2 suitcases and a duffel bag, and I carried them up these steps, up to this 3rd floor. The first night, I laid in this bed, my head in the pillow. I had to think about where I was at, because it wasn't a home no more. No more home, no more nothing like that.
Now employed by the Salvation Army as a custodian, Frank has his independence and his own apartment.
And that's what I like about these people. They help me. They help me where nobody else would. Now I do have my own apartment. I could truthfully say that, and I love it. I have friends people coming in to see me from other apartments that I didn't even know. And I know them now. We're all good friends. Everything's working perfect. It's like a well-oiled watch. My life is back to normal again.
Well, my parents had filed for a divorce, and things started to get a little better, but things were tough in school. I was getting made fun of, and it was just a hard time in my life.
Caitlin Hamelink was having a hard time, trying to come to terms with her parents' divorce and being bullied in school.
I was made fun of. I used to be the tallest person in the class, and I was just always a little chubbier than others, and I remember standing at the back of the photo lines and everyone making fun of me just because I was the tallest. And some days I'd run to the bathroom just crying and thinking, why me? Like, why are they making fun of me? And I had really low self-esteem.
That same year, Caitlin lost her childhood friend Daisy to leukemia.
Well, I got the call and I just didn't want to believe it. It just seemed like everything was fake, but it was true. I remember going to the funeral and I thought it was just a dream, nothing, a nightmare, nothing was real.
Suffering from depression and low self-esteem, Caitlin turned to the Boys and Girls Club of Somerset County as a place to gain confidence and influence others.
Well, when I come here, I feel like it's a different world to me. Like, it's a positive place where I can just be me. I don't have to change myself to be someone I'm not. The staff came and they were really great to me, and they were like a family. It's a really great place, and I know it helped me get through some of the obstacles in my life. Even kids that don't have that stuff going on in their lives. It's just a fun place where you can meet new kids and help them get through stuff. Actually, I'm president of our teen center, the Keystone Club, and I enjoy helping the kids with their homework and taking them out on the playground. They really look up to me for that. They always tell me I'm like their big sister. It's just a real great time. I love to see the smiles in their faces.
Kathy Woods got some difficult news after her oldest daughter, Tasha, was born.
When we had Tasha, we found out at the hospital when she was born that she had a hearing loss. What did you do today at school?
Play outside.
You played outside on the playground? And then the nurses kept saying, well, this child has special needs. How do you intend to meet those needs? That was the toughest question with Tasha, because I had no idea how to meet those needs.
Even with her husband working long hours, trips to a hearing specialist put financial strain on Kathy's family, which now included twin baby girls.
A lot of times before bed, there were nights you cry yourself to sleep because you don't know how you're going to provide for your family. And my husband has to go to work because he's our only income. Now, how do I can take Tasha, I can deal with her, I can deal with what needs done. But how do I do that and also provide for this family when there's nothing left? The last your gas money is literally in the tank. You're driving to Pittsburgh to come back home and you're holding your breath. It was a little difficult. It was a little heart-wrenching at times.
A friend of Kathy's recommended the local food pantry.
Our first trip to the food pantry was actually very awkward. I kind of felt like, boy, I wish we could just make it on our own. I really don't want to ask for help. When you're looking around at the other people and you're thinking, I hope I'm not taking from their family. I hope I'm not taking from their child. And then you see even the elderly standing in line, you're like, oh, I hope I'm not taking food from them. You know, you really think about everybody else.
Kathy's not alone. In 2009, food pantries in Cambria County provided enough food for 23,000 family visits.
A lot of relief has come from our food pantry. We're very thankful for our food pantry, and we're really thankful for the friends we made through the food pantry. Be thankful for the time when it comes that you won't have to go, and be mindful of those who are standing where you were.
Now I know my everything. Next time love feeling with me.
Awesome. Good job, honey. That was good work.
I'd like to thank
The United Way
The United Way,
for helping the Boys and Girls Club of Somerset County
for helping the food pantry
the Salvation Army,
help me.
help me and my family.
for giving me a new life.